This is Matsumoto Castle Park. As you can see, the cherry blossoms are dying down. But this is the real reason people come here. This, coming up, the reveal. Matsumoto Castle. It was obviously built during the Matsumoto reign. And I think it's one of 7 feudal palaces still standing. So we're starting the tour of the castle. I don't know if that actually means inside the castle or it means just kind of like around the grounds or up the tower. That's the welcome, souvenir shop. Yeah, you're a samurai as much as that. So, I got my audio guidebook. Well, not an audio, I got a pamphlet. Gives you information on it. The main gate, square-shaped gate. Both essential for castle security. First gate, sacrificial gate, was rebuilt in year 35 of Showa era, which is the 1960s. Some of the stuff has been rebuilt and repaired over the years. Wasn't bombed, wasn't destroyed, but just normal wear and tear will destroy it. They preserved it basically in 1901. I guess there was a concerted effort to drum gate. Passage constructed, so no shoes. There used to be walls and pillars so they could shoot out from. Last samurai is really wrong. Say that the samurai refused guns. They didn't. They were using guns way back in the 1500s. Any warrior would see the advantage of doing it. Oh, okay. Each floor is filled with holes for firing weapons. Long holes for shooting arrows and attacking the enemy. Yeah, they'd also use guns when guns became available. This was built far enough back that there were no guns. But as soon as the guns became apparent, those slots that you shoot arrows at became gun ports. Dropping stones on the enemy. Yeah, these are the ones you drop stones. If anyone attacked you, you throw stones on them. Castle defense was pretty simple. Moat, shoot arrows. Original castle. Repair. Parasite is an example of an ornament traditionally placed on the capital temple rooftops as protective charms against fire. Mythical sea creatures face a tiger. Fish. Okay. What's this? Inside the stone. Ooh. Original pillars. They decided in the 1950s to replace them with, well, obviously something that would hold out a lot better. Okay, this used to be an ornament. They're big steps, by the way. I imagine a lot of people are using the handrails. I'm not, because I can do both. Woo! This is the museum, the gun museum. And so if anyone wants to pause this and read all that, you can. But they did have guns. If you're curious, I just heard the guide come by. He said that all these weapons were actually introduced, sold to the Japanese by the Spanish and the Portuguese. Because they were introduced in 1543. And those are just like, you know, they're not really flintlocked. I forget what kind of. It's basically you would take a lidded wick and you'd have this burning rope and it would go down and hit the powder and the powder would ignite. Forget what kind of. Flintlock strikes flint, makes a spark and has them explode. Though matchlock, yeah, that's the word. Wasn't aim. They never used aim. They used level. Because these guns were wildly inaccurate. So you wouldn't aim. You would just level in the general direction. And the hope was volley of fire. That's how you would hit people. How guide foot soldiers. Ah, this is a training manual. The samurai would, of course, wear armor. Well, obviously, we're moving a little forward. Here are percussion. Touch holes, matchlock, flintlock, percussion caps. Yeah. Whenever they got a chance, people would automatically see the value of having these kind of weapons. Easier to, earliest known farm cannon made in 13 touch holes. Yeah. Touch holes are the earliest. That's when you put a flame, like in a cannon, down into it. Then you had matchlocks, flintlocks, percussion caps. And the Japanese were all about it. Anyone who realized if you didn't have this, you were at a disadvantage. Here's how you'd make the tools for casting lead bullets, mini balls. More of the weapons. I think that's called a tanto, the little blade. The Siege of Osaka. Ah. Guess these are. I'd like to think that maybe these are older, old from that time period. To support the suppress a large. There was a rebellion. And that's where gun control for Japan started in, because the peasants rolled up. That's usually where gun control rolls in. The peasants roll up. That's the first one. 1575, the Bag of Nagashino is perhaps best known gun battle of the 16th century. It has helped prove the tactical value of firearms, which was a relatively new weapon at the time. The battle took place in a plain. Was now Central Japan on one side. Sun and Soa built one of the most fearsome armies of the era. Opposing them were combined forces, retainer of the future shogun. Forces had surrounded the castle, controlled by an ally, seeking to break the siege. According to popular account, the battle was decided by 3,000 gunners. Okay. Mind your head. Yeah, they still make these. But they're used as signals. You can find them sometimes at parades. Tight quarters. Although, if you didn't have the ropes and the guides like they do now, it'd be. This is the top floor.
And if you look at the top
South
of the ceiling, there's a secret
East.
Shinto shrine at the top of the ceiling.
This way.
Shinto shrine, right, where the god protector of the castle lives. And yeah, welcome. I think you're halfway point.
Sorry about the language.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to go down?
If it's not your head, it's your foot.
Yes, be careful. Watch your step. Be slippery. Watch your step. Okay, and then we might get all separated from this point, but yeah, make it back to the bus by 10:30. Yeah, you turn right at that brand new museum. Do you remember? And
Get straight from the museum.
yeah, you go straight along, and then there's that parking lot. Yeah. And yeah, so go straight and then we're going to show us one intruder. And then the bus departing at 10:30.
Here we are in the tower, the moon viewing wing. It has openings on the east side north and connecting the main tower on the west with a beautiful exterior veranda balcony and vaulted ceilings. Yep, you can see it's the end of cherry blossom season. Those are the grounds. See, the crowds are starting to show up. See, it gets very crowded here in the evening. Best to hit it in the morning. Matsumoto Castle. Going out the exit. You see the cherry blossoms are just letting up right now. It's a nice little visit. You get to see how they kind of had it. So, right in the middle of Matsumui, right in Nagano province. If you're going to ask me what that is or what it signifies, no idea. This is a shopping street. Really hasn't opened yet, but you can tell that I don't know what they sell. Little trinkets. Looks like they're getting ready to open. So they probably open at noon. Pretty close to noon right now. But those who don't know, right here is a temple, a shrine. This is Yohashira Shrine. Yohashira Shrine. It's right in the middle of a Matsumoto. It's right next to a shopping area, a big area, shopping area. I don't think there's much to it, but it's just something. Big main street in Matsumoto. So, big lot of shopping, stores. The castle is up in that direction, like a kilometer. I'm just walking around the town. It's in the high 50s at the moment, and it's nice and sunny, so everyone's out. So you can really enjoy the nice weather. I see that store's changing ownership. I see a lot of these. Shrines always do look nice. They're all scattered throughout a lot of these cities. Too bad in the US we don't quite take care of our things like the Japanese like to. There's a lot of respect and politeness in their language and how they act. See here, this is Joninji Temple. I got nothing else about it. That's all it says. Joninji Temple. Right smack dab in the middle of the city. And it looks, and you